Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Lori. Is that you?
Yes, it is.
I want to say thank you for taking the time to talk. I am recording right now. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, if it ends up getting too loud, I can call you back at like 4-ish. I just have another meeting at 3, so.
No problemo.
um,
Okay, with that, I want to say Lori is a member of a team called TRIPP. Am I right in saying that?
yes.
And what does TRIPP stand for?
Well, it was started in 1995 when the underground rave scene was kind of just starting out. So it used to stand for the Toronto Raver Info Project, but since raves aren't the only dance music parties that happen these days, we've kind of eliminated the breakdown and just used the acronym to kind of encompass all recreational and partying, I don't know, vibes.
I get you. No, and you know what? The term is loosely used. A lot of people consider the rave an illegal event that is thrown in warehouses without any permits or license, whereas other people will say, well, anything playing electronic music is a rave. So there's,
Yeah.
there's a lot of misconception around the word itself. With that, what is it that TRIPP does? Like, what is your mission statement?
So we provide harm reduction information and supplies for people who use or want to use substances or engage in other like potentially risky behaviors like sex and things like that to primarily young people. No real age limit, but we kind of consider youth 16 to 30 years old. And yeah, we basically just want to give people as much information as possible so that they can make their own decisions about what types of risks they're interested in taking and how to reduce the risk and harm.
Awesome. That's awesome. What? Let me ask you because
Oh,
I
sorry.
hope everyone's okay there. And people, excuse me. I talk to a lot of promoters. You gotta love Torontonians. They know how to use their horns.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just
No,
waiting
it's
for the
okay.
streetcar.
I appreciate you talking, so it's okay. A lot of Toronto promoters, when I speak to them about throwing all ages events, one of the things they're afraid of is overdoses and the abundance of fentanyl in substance nowadays. Is your organization a preventative measure that could be put in place when throwing a party that could help promoters with this stuff?
Yeah, definitely. There's limitations with everything. So all of our volunteers are or have been partiers at one point in their life. Whether they use drugs or not doesn't really matter, but sort of connected to the party scene. So they sort of know what to expect in these spaces and can kind of talk to folks from a realistic and honest place around what the likelihood and what the real risks and harms can be, and also how to recognize like the regular signs of drug use versus an overdose situation. And all of our volunteers are trained in like CPR and overdose prevention, but obviously having like on-site medics and things like that are important at events as well.
Well, okay. Sorry to cut you off. I have a question to what you just said there. Is it? Let's say
Yeah.
I wanted you guys to come out to my event. Would I pay your organization money, or is this a volunteer thing that you guys do pro bono?
So it depends on the scale of the event and the services that we're providing. So we're actually funded by the City of Toronto to do like regular event outreach and some elements to special event or large event, like festival style outreach. But depending on the size, so for Veld, we do, or like big, giant, many tens of thousand person events over multiple days, we ask for some funds to cover like the cost of food and transportation and some printed materials because, giving some paper out to a bunch of people in this, 6,000 person range would eat up our whole printing budget for the year. So we do ask for some funds to be covered at the larger events, but if it's just a regular, party in a bar with 100 people, then those services are definitely free.
Okay, and that brings me into one of my final questions here. You say that you guys are funded by the City of Toronto. Does that mean that you guys are a government institution?
No. So we're a project, and the Toronto Urban Health Fund, funds us kind of like a 1 to 3 year budget. We sort of have to apply for funding pretty regularly. There's always the risk we won't get it, but we have been funded since 1997 or 1998. Consistently, it's just we have to keep reapplying, but it is project funding. So
Well, no, and that's very important. In my podcast, I often talk about community involvement versus government intervention, and I say the community needs to do more and ask the government for less. So I love what you guys are doing. With that, I'm going to leave the link to your website down below. Is there any specific path a promoter should take when needing to acquire your services?
The best way to reach us is to email just info@tripproject.ca, and it will usually be me who replies. It might be one of our peer workers, but yeah, I mean, give us a little bit of notice. If it's somebody, sometimes people request that we bring naloxone kits or like the opiate overdose reversal kind of antidote, or bring party packs or like condoms or whatnot, sort of last minute, and that's hard for us to do. But if we have a few weeks notice, then it's easy.
Definitely. All right, I'm going to let you go, but Lori, here, stay on the phone with me. I want to talk to you for 1 second, so just stay right there,
Sure.
Okay? All right, that was her, guys. This was a quick video. I just wanted to give some information. I know this has been coming up a lot. Promoters, you're afraid to throw these parties. Well, we have these assistance groups. So reach out to the TRIP project, and hopefully that helps you. But until next time, as always, guys, peace out.